Good morning. Welcome, everyone, to Southwest Flavor. I'm your host, Ron Arenas, and today we have a great show for you today. We have TRAK Ranch, McKinley and Scott here, and, well, he's not in the picture right now, but we have Grandpa the dog here with us today.
He's being stubborn.
You guys have a lot going on, as always, but you have one of your big events coming up. This is the first annual of the Western Wonderland.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about
Wonderland.
it. Yeah.
So we have, it's a community event here at TRAK Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
It is this Saturday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We are going to have over 40 vendors, food trucks. We have a craft area, horse rides. Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus are coming.
Oh, fantastic.
A candy cane lane.
So it's a big family event.
Yes, absolutely.
All ages are going to enjoy this.
Absolutely. So this is for, even those who are just looking to buy some Christmas gifts and see some vendors and go shopping a little bit, or just to get some good food, or those who have young kids who want to actually experience the Santa Claus experience and ride some horses.
Yeah.
That's the best. This is the best place to be for that.
And a lot of your vendors, you have some handmade gifts, different things like that.
A lot of our vendors are local here in Tucson, small businesses. A lot of them are handmade. We also have a lot of different foods, so lots of desserts options, popcorn, different drinks, so dirty sodas, teas, all of that good stuff. We have hot cocoa. So just really make the experience
Fantastic. And the weather's going to be perfect for you guys.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, you can't ask for better weather.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really thankful for it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Sometimes in December you have some weather that's not that great, but I think the rest of this calendar year it's going to be kind of warm and dry. So so anything outside, is going to be perfect weather.
Yeah,
this dog is giving me a hard time over here. I'm sorry. He's just all laid out, stretched out.
He's throwing a tantrum. Puppy tantrums.
Puppy tantrums. And he's only 7 months old.
7 months, yes.
And he's huge.
He's huge, yeah. So he's over 80 pounds now.
Okay.
7 months old, and we're expecting over 200.
200 pounds when he's done.
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic,
So it'll be amazing. And of course, he'll be there too with the Grinch, and he'll be dressed up as Max, and it'll be a good time.
And also Smooch will be there, of course.
Smooch, our lovely Smooch, our famous Smooch.
We can't forget about Smooch.
Exactly.
Because he's been at all of our events, and of course he's at all the TRAK events.
Yes, he's everywhere.
Yeah. How old is Smooch?
He's 4 years old.
He's 4 years old, okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's a normal lifespan for a donkey?
Ooh, the miniatures, they'll live into their 40s or 50s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a long lifespan. They're pretty hardy animal, pretty easy keepers.
Yeah. He's so calm.
Well,
I thought maybe he was older because he's so calm.
We got him, very, very young. So when we get the animals very, very young in at TRAK, the amount of human exposure that they get is pretty just unseen in the rest of the equine world. That the amount of traffic that we have come through and handle these animals, and when my wife, when we first got him, my wife was she was just obsessed with him. Our younger daughter had moved to the dorm in college to go to law school, and she was like, I need something. So we were empty nesters. So anyway, she was scrolling through, and she found Smooch at a place called Half-Ass Acres.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
It was perfect. So she purchased this fuzzy little faced white spotted donkey.
Wow. How old was he?
He was, I want to say 3 months old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
3 to 4 months old.
Yeah.
So he came just a tiny little guy, fuzzy faced. And the way he got his name Smooch is because the little donkey had lipstick all over his face for the good portion of his baby life. So Smooch just stuck.
Okay.
Pardon the pun. It just stuck to his face, and he's just an exceptional little guy. His demeanor is just super, super chill, and everybody loves him.
Yeah.
at the tail end of Chris's show, I invited Chris to be there to walk the donkey around at the Western Wonderland, and Chris agreed. So Chris's campaign manager, Smooch, will be there sending out the Christmas cheer. And if you haven't met Smooch, come check us out. Come see what we do. We're an 18-year qualifying charitable organization. We've been impacting Southern Arizona's children and adults for 18 years.
Right.
We've probably had about 70,000 kids come through our program in 18 years. So we have a long reach into our community. We continue to do this fantastic work, and this young lady sitting next to me, we found her as a college intern, and 3 years now.
3 years, yeah.
Coming up on 3 years now. Just a phenomenal young lady, has really taken control of the ranch. She's our program director, and she started this little Western Wonderland as a competition for one of the fundraising events that I did recently. And she's blown it out of the park. So
Right.
I think she's got a new role now at TRAK Ranch.
Yeah.
And I think the Western
Just add it to her responsibilities.
I think the Western Wonderland's going to be a repeat event because it's largely successful, and thanks to Chris calling it Jingle Fest, I think I've spent a little bit of time on the Amazon site looking for some jingle bells for all of our horses to be jingling around
there
while they're
you go.
walking kids on horses. So, thank you, Chris.
It sounds like just such a great event, though. I mean, it's going to be a great time. The temperature is going to be perfect. You bring the whole family out, or bring yourself out. Whatever. So there's an entrance fee. Tell us a little bit about that.
So it is $10 to enter in. That includes, of course, entrance, right? So that's basics. You get the full petting zoo, along with being able to enter into all the vendors and get all that good food. As we know, our lovely Tucson people love their food, so we'll have it all. And then it's $20 for everyone who is looking to get Santa pictures, horse rides, and join us in the craft area.
Oh, cool. How fun. And
Absolutely.
The craft area, they're going to be making a couple different things?
Yes, so we have making reindeer food, so they can make their very own reindeer food. And it's a combination. They'll get to make it themselves, which is really unique.
Hands-on,
and very hands-on, and that's what our kiddos love,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
They love to be hands-on and create things. And then we also are going to have Santa letters, where you can make your Santa letter and hand it directly to Santa Claus himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
Mr. and Mrs. Claus will be there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All
Mrs.
right.
Claus is going to be there, Santa Claus, the Grinch, and Max.
Very good. Very good. I want to see the Grinch.
Yes. It'll be really neat.
Yeah. And then you have a variety of food trucks there also.
Yes. So we have a taco truck. We have a Philly cheesesteak truck. So those are the two food trucks right now. And so they're delicious.
Yeah. And you'll have desserts and some snacks.
Tons of
and-
desserts, cookies, cakes, all the baked goods you can think of.
Oh, wow.
Hot chocolate too, right?
Hot chocolate,
But I think it's
yes.
supposed to be like in the 80s, so we'll see how
Yeah.
well the hot chocolate goes.
It cools
but
way
you never know.
off.
It cools
in
down
the-
when the sun
yeah,
goes
it cools
down.
way off when the sun
but yeah,
goes
it
down.
will be like 80 degrees for the high. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the hot cocoa is actually donated. The whole
wow.
stand was donated to us by
Okay.
our Philly cheesesteak truck.
Nice.
And he's allowing our kiddos, so all of our TRAK ambassadors, to sell it to help raise money.
Very good.
And so that'll also go back to them and their experiences and what they can do outside of the ranch as well.
Okay. And the desserts, are those from one of the vendors, or is that from a
So
truck?
those are from the vendors.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
And they're all handmade. And even one of our TRAK ambassadors, our kiddos, she started her own bake business
Wow.
with desserts and goods. And so she'll have her own booth there as well.
So we'll have some small entrepreneurs there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's really
fantastic.
amazing to see. I
Yeah.
mean, just everyone in the community come together for this.
So you've always been involved with horses, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I have. I grew up on 2 different cattle ranches my whole life. Went into rodeo. I rodeoed with the U of A rodeo team, and
Right.
then here I am with TRAK
Cool.
Ranch.
So it's just a natural progression.
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
That is so awesome.
It's really stuck, and it's clearly been a passion working with all the animals, and especially kids too. And
Yeah.
That's really where I find my niche there.
Yep. It is. It's a special place. It really
It
is.
is. Yeah,
I'm glad you landed there.
I am too. I mean, it was just a one-off. I found it in an email. It was just a spam email from an advisor.
Really?
Yes. And I was
wow.
like, oh, you know what? I'm interested in like therapy type stuff. So I was really interested in like psychology and all that good stuff. And I saw that TRAK was doing a lot of their therapeutic programs. And so I got in as soon as I can. And here I am, stuck. They can't shake me.
I know they're very thankful to have you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, Scott depends on you a lot.
Yes.
She is my hero. I really look to her for a lot of the day-to-day stuff that goes on at the ranch. She just came in, very knowledgeable, very well-rounded with her skills. And then, she's pretty modest about her behavioral health, but she has just a great knack with these kids who have specific challenges. They all gravitate to her, and I think they really just look forward to coming to having their time with McKinley, and the animals are just a positive as well as she is. So
Right.
I think they both magnify each other very, very well. If you have a kid with or without a specific challenge, we have programs for them. We have a variety of programs, whether it's vocational skills or learning how to ride a horse or learning your horsemanship skills or helping out, volunteering. We take our animals out to assisted living homes, memory care facilities, TMC Children's Clinic, Ronald McDonald House. We get around, and this is just a really good place for kids to learn and experiential learning.
Right.
And we allow them to gain confidence through being active and taking care of an animal, taking care of the ranch, giving a tour, helping people with a tour.
Yeah.
So we continue to watch these folks grow and become, just stand-up citizens and community members.
Right. And the animals respond to them.
Absolutely.
They do.
Yeah.
So they get that, they start having that relationship with that animal. They look forward to seeing each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have our famous horse, Hollywood. I'm sure everyone in Tucson has seen him as well, and we have stickers of him. He is probably one of our most sensitive horses, and I love to work with him because of it.
Okay.
So in our community, a lot of our kiddos that are dealing with challenges, they'll be really upset when they come to the ranch or just be having a hard week.
Yeah.
And he senses that. He knows it. So the second they enter into his stall, he has gone up to them and he will wrap his head around them and give him a big horse hug.
Oh, wow.
And just
Okay.
completely console him. And it's just amazing to see what he can do and how he interacts with these kids and how he supports them through their challenges.
Wow. That's cool.
It is amazing.
Well, let's take a quick sponsor break, and we will be back in just a couple minutes with Southwest Flavor.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Tilley Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Tilley Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
Heat and air, we're in a state of disrepair.
Season's greetings from Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. The end of the year is near, but you do not need to fear. We can help you keep your budget in the clear. Now until the end of December, there are still federal tax credits, TEP rebates, and manufacturer rebates on select HVAC systems and tankless water heaters. Call 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at picturoxcooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
I'll bet they do that.
We are back talking with the good people and dog of TRAK Ranch. So you have the big event coming up on this Saturday. From 5 to 7?
From 5 to 8 p.m.
5 to 8
yes,
p.m.
So
okay.
This Saturday, TRAK Ranch, 5 to 8 p.m. We're having everything going on in there. Parking, that's a big one,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Everyone wants to know about parking. I think that's the biggest challenge for all big events.
Of course, yeah.
Parking is going to be at Brandy Fenton Park in their dirt lot.
Oh, okay.
You are able to access that dirt lot either through the main entrance of Brandy Fenton Park, or if you just go straight to TRAK Ranch, there will be signs. You turn off of Allen Road, and we will direct you to the dirt lot.
Okay, all right.
One of our concerns, too, is our community members who are handicapped or are disabled.
Right.
They should just let the parking attendant know, hey, you know what, I'm disabled, I have a handicapped parking spot, and the parking attendant will direct them to the ranch, and they can be directed right there at the door, and we'll make sure that they have access to the ranch as well.
Okay, all right. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
And then from the from Brandy Fenton parking lot, they're going to get a ride from the parking lot over to the ranch, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's correct.
They are going to get a special hayride from the one and only Cowboy Tilley here.
Very good.
So all the way back down to the ranch, and it'll be magical.
Is he going to be singing Christmas carols?
I sure hope not.
Okay, I'll bring my DJ. But hey, back to the parking. So if you guys want to pull into Brandy Fenton Park, you can pull in through their main entrance, and you're just going to pull straight down, just past their big arena and equestrian barn, and you'll hang a right. That's where the dirt lot is, and then pull all the way down to where Edith Road is. That's just going to pull all the way down to where you're going to almost like exit the park and find a place to park along anywhere in there. And our parking attendant, hayride professional cowboy will be there to pick you up. But if you are handicapped or need some assistance, we'll have a golf cart as well, so we can scoop you up and deliver you right to the ranch without too much struggle. So we look forward to seeing everybody again 5 to 8 Saturday. Come check us out. If you haven't been to TRAK, come check it out. It's really magical experience.
It is. And you can buy tickets at the door, or you can pre-purchase the tickets on your website.
Yes, you can pre-purchase the tickets at traktucson.org. It's a big red button that says Western Wonderland. Buy your tickets here. You can't miss it.
So even a podcaster could do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even the podcaster can do it. Even our
podfather
cowboy here is cowboy proof, is what I like to say.
Yeah.
So super simple, or just come to the door.
Yeah.
We will get you taken care of.
Sounds like it's going to be a great time. I'll be there, and
Absolutely.
We'll help out and just make sure that everyone's having a good time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And, it's really neat, too, because all of our lights have been donated by our community members.
Oh, okay.
We probably have over 100 string lights,
Oh, wow.
all around the ranch, and everywhere you go, there's lights.
Okay.
So it's really unique and magical. And we'll also have the Tucson Fire Department there as well, showcasing their fire truck. And
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah.
we'll get to climb in and out of it and talk to the firemen, and it'll be really unique.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, thank you both for coming.
Thank you, Ron.
Absolutely. Thank you,
And thank
Ron.
you, Southwest Flavor.
Yep. Thank you. All right. We will be back in just a couple minutes with Southwest Flavor.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Estrella Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Estrella Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Season's greetings from Pixrox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. The end of the year is near, but you do not need to fear. We can help you keep your budget in the clear. Now until the end of December, there are still federal tax credits, TEP rebates, and manufacturer rebates on select HVAC systems and tankless water heaters. Call 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at pictureroxcooling.com.
Picture rocks cooling, heating and plumbing.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
All right, we are back. Hey Shay, can you pull up that the slide for the flyer for the Western Wonderland? Yeah. Or no, that's not the one. Just real quick so we can put it up there. There we go. We'll let the people know. There we go. So, and then that was from TRAK Ranch from our last guest, and then our next guest is Philip Williams from the Numbers Advisors.
Yeah. Thank you, Ron. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It's good to be here.
All right, can you go ahead and take that one down? Perfect. All right, I forgot to get it in there when they were on the show. So.
Oh no, that's good. That's good. Scott's a good guy.
Wanted to make sure that they're we know Scott a little bit.
Yeah,
we have breakfast pretty much every week together.
We try.
Yeah. So tell us about the Numbers Advisors.
Oh, so this is I am just getting rolling in this. This is the outcropping of probably, I'm going to say, a year and a half worth of conceptual development and wanting to return to some things that I've been doing before.
And you have a lot of experience in this. You have many, many years of consulting and stuff.
I do. I'm almost like the Forrest Gump of business in Tucson. Actually, done several things. Been fortunate to do well at them.
Yeah.
Built a company. It's now owned by private equity. I've worked in manufacturing. Ran operations in a law firm for about 5 years. So I've done 5 years here, and here. In different industries, and it all culminates. Steve Jobs has a saying: "Trust that the dots will connect."
Okay,
and that's one of my favorite ones that he's not well known for, actually.
Yeah,
and so this is the culmination of that, where we bring together my exit planning credential, pro advisor credential, all of the experience that I have running businesses and helping business owners. At this point in my career, I've coached over 200 different business owners at various phases in their existence. And I've seen a lot of things.
Yeah.
Seen good, seen bad.
Yeah.
And I want to help people see around the corner just a little bit.
Yeah.
If you can see around the corner. So the idea is that previously, I've seen a lot of business owners where they're driving in the rearview mirror when it comes to looking at their financials. They're 3-4 months behind. In some cases, like recently, I just picked up a set of books. The guy hasn't done his books throughout 2025.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's hard to reverse some of the things that are going on. If you're that far behind and something already has the ball rolling and it's kind of snowballing, that problem can just get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and if you don't know it, most companies are profitable, but they're cash flow poor.
Right.
That happens quite a lot because of various lags that are built into the way they're paid and the way they pay.
Yeah.
And so if you don't know things, it's hard to know what knobs to turn on the stereo, so to speak.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And so I wanted to solve a couple of problems as a business advisor. I always want to know, what are the numbers? When I've run my companies, I get the numbers by the 10th. Mm-hmm. End of discussion.
Right.
You got to have them. I don't want June's numbers on November 10th. I want October's numbers on November 10th.
Yeah.
And so I'd sat down with so many business owners over the years that didn't have their numbers on time. And you ask them how they're doing, and they're pretty good. Their answer is pretty good. I'm like, well, no. Give me the numbers. Well, I got to get those. What do you mean you got to get them? It's the 11th.
Yeah. Right.
Why don't we have them? So I wanted to solve that problem so that we could have real-time material conversations and make adjustments in the business real time.
Yeah.
Because if you imagine if you have a recession coming and your books are 3 or 4 months out of date or 12 months out of date, you don't really know how you're doing, and you don't know how much runway you have to fix the problem.
Right.
And then you also don't know how to fix it because you don't know what's wrong.
Right. Are you overstaffed? Do you have too much inventory?
Right.
Yeah, what's going on?
And so what I bring to the table as an exit planning advisor is almost useless if you don't even know where you stand today.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to solve both of those problems with one firm. And I haven't seen too many firms built like this around. The model is a little bit plagiarized, but there just aren't many firms built this way.
Yeah.
And, we stay out of taxes. I don't want to do taxes. We stay out of payroll. I don't really want to do that either.
Yeah.
I'm all about how do we run the business, and are we building value for the business owner and for all of the people who work there?
Yeah.
Right. Is at the end of the day, it as well as I do. When you're signing 20, 25, 30 payroll checks every week, that comes with a certain amount of recognition. Because you sign a payroll check for a guy, you're not signing it just for him. You're signing it for his wife.
That's right.
And for their children. Mm-hmm. So to me, I always looked at it as every payroll check that I signed affected 4 other humans.
Yeah.
So when we got my company built up to 38 people, you're
that's a lot of people depending on you.
Yeah, it's 150 people.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of burden. So to not have your numbers real time, it to me is just you're just creating a phenomenal amount of stress for yourself.
Yeah.
So that's where the numbers advisors comes from. Is we're going to take care of the bookkeeping, and we're going to give you intuitive advice based on our experiences and our Rolodex for all of the things that you need to manage in the life of your business. And we're going to help you build a company that is durable.
Yeah.
And can produce for your family and all of the families who work for you.
Right, right. Well, I mean, your monthly reports are basically a monthly report card.
Mm-hmm.
They are. And, you know, if you have a child in school,
you want to see it.
And for the whole semester, they haven't turned in any work. And now you're at the end of the semester. It's like, well, little Johnny's going to fail this year because he hasn't turned in any book reports for the whole semester. Well, if we knew that before, if we had, you know, progress reports before, we would have said, hey, little Johnny, you need to do your work so that you can keep up and you can pass this year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it comes from, one, you know, just a discipline that I was raised with. But secondarily, when I was in the Navy, there was nothing worse than going to do a job and finding out that something that you needed to do that job was broken, and the guy that did it before you knew.
Yeah.
And if he didn't tell you, our phrase was, you sandbagged me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you don't have your numbers real time, you're sandbagging yourself.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that you can do to fix it. It would be almost like one of your guys coming back to the shop with a truck and things been heaving for the last 6 hours of the day because the tranny's about to go out on it, and they don't say anything to you.
Right.
And then a couple of days later, that thing dies, and you're thinking to yourself, you know, if I'd have known, I could have called my mechanic and gotten this taken care of.
Sure.
If I'd known.
If I'd known, yeah.
And so we exist to solve that problem or answer that question if I'd known.
Right. Right. And you're a person that you can start looking at their monthly reports, and you can kind of figure out, you know, why are we paying so much in this, or, you know, where is some of this money going?
Right.
Why don't we have that revenue? You know, we might have billed out so much, you know, in revenue, but we haven't received it yet. Why are we so far behind in receiving it? You know, there's all these different things, but.
And I've seen things from literally forgotten receivables. Like they get so old that somebody forgets, or they start to think, oh, that's not actually a real receivable. No, it's a real receivable, but you got out of the habit of calling on them.
Yeah.
Or people who are slow to invoice. Like they're structurally in their business, they do the work, and that was, you know, and the client's super happy. Why doesn't the invoice go out within 24 hours?
Yeah.
Or potentially even instantaneously.
Yeah.
In your world, there is technology where that invoice can go out before midnight the day the work is complete.
Yeah.
And
we usually invoice the customer when we're there, when we finish the job. Yeah. And they usually pay because everything's digital. We either get a check or a credit card.
Yeah.
And it's done. Yeah. We record it and they get sent a paid invoice, you know, their receipt, and it's done, right? It's done, yeah.
There's a lot of folks that don't do that. Mm-hmm. And they might be in a different industry, but there isn't any reason why, as soon as it's agreed that the work is complete, the invoice can't go.
Right.
Some of those problems that creates, if you don't ship that invoice, let's say I'm invoicing another company. Well, what if I delay 3 or 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Now I'm not the first person to get paid.
Yeah.
There are other people who might get in front of me, and you don't really know what their checkbook looks like.
Yeah. And most commercial...
They might not know what their checkbook looks like.
That's true. That's true. And most, you know, when you're dealing with other businesses, a lot of times they're 30 days or 60 days. Mm-hmm. So if you're 30 or 60 days late billing them, then it might take another 30 or 60 days to get paid.
I worked for a large privately held manufacturing company many years ago. Mm-hmm. And about every 2 years, the VP would come down to accounts payable, and he would look at everybody, and he would say, put everybody on 60-day terms. Let's see who squeals. Right?
Yeah.
So if you're the small guy and you're not paying attention because your books are 4 or 5 months out of date, or maybe a year out of date, you don't know. You don't know to squeal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they would take advantage of the fact that companies were behind on that sort of thing. And it's unfortunate. I don't think it's, I wouldn't personally say that's an ethical thing to do, but it does happen.
Sure.
It does happen. If you deal with a big box, they're great at taking nickels and dimes off invoices. It's like a profession. And, so if you don't have somebody who's paying attention to those things, how do you know what to fix? How do you know whether or not the payment terms that you got are good? You might be thinking, well, I'm going to take out this loan because I can do this, this, and this. Well, maybe you're just stacking interest.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a business that's actually very profitable when things are done real time, but you're addicted to borrowing because you're not doing things well.
Yeah.
And so we want to get you off of that because, paying somebody to use their money to me is just crazy if you have good margins.
Right.
Why would I pay you to use your money? I have my own.
Right.
But if I'm not managing it well, I have no choice.
Yeah.
So that is what we exist to fix, and we bring to the table a number of different credentials, experiences. I'll call them ideologies or perspectives.
Yeah.
And we want to advise the business owner that, hey, look, we've seen these things before.
Nothing's new under the sun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're not allowed to plagiarize in college, but darn it, as an entrepreneur, I would encourage you to do it every day you open the door.
Right. Yeah.
You and I, we're in a room full of people every week, and we're constantly sharing ideas.
Sure.
And the whole purpose for that is to try to make life just a little bit easier.
Right.
I have no interest in learning a lesson twice, especially if it was a painful one.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Sometimes we're lucky enough that we can learn from someone else's pain,
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of having to go through it ourselves.
And that's why you, as a business owner, you want to network.
Yeah.
Networking isn't just about sales.
Right.
It's about learning from other business owners.
Yeah.
And finding somebody who you're comfortable with, that you can talk to, that's seen it done.
Right.
I'm sure you've taken ideas from a multitude of different companies in your industry.
Sure.
I would encourage a business owner to reach out to somebody in your industry in another town.
Oh, yeah.
In a different city, maybe even a different state. Hop on a plane, go out there and see what they're doing. They're not going to be in direct competition with you, so they will actually tell you what they're doing and how they did it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked with a lot of other HVAC companies that are in different states because we go to conferences together and you start talking with people and you always gravitate, you can kind of tell a person's character and stuff like that. And you start talking with them and you have stuff in common. And then you say, oh, what'd you do with this situation? Or how are your sales with this? Or, whatever the different situation is. And they're going to tell you because, like you said, you're not in direct competition with them. They're in Michigan and you're in Tucson.
Yeah.
You're not in the same market. You're not going to take sales from each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we all have employees. We all have supply chain issues. We all have vehicles. We all have buildings. So there's all these things that we have in common. And so we're going to have common problems.
Yeah. Whereas your local competitor might not want to tell you the secret sauce to how they fixed an issue.
Sure.
But the guy out in Michigan, he's gonna share it with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's part and parcel too with what comes with, as a business owner, finding good advisors. Is having an advisor who's seen things a number of different ways. At this point in my career, I've coached over 200 different business owners.
Yeah. And one of the important things is having that set of eyes that's not directly under your roof. So you're not our bookkeeper, you're not our office manager under our roof. You're an independent entity, so you can come in and say, "Hey, these numbers look off. There's something going on."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Unfortunately, I see embezzlement happen.
Yeah.
Right. Or you may have the person who's afraid to come in and say, "Hey, Ron, I see this problem," because they want to take care of their paycheck.
Yeah.
Right? And they may not feel free for whatever reason.
Right.
You just never know. Everybody's wired a little bit differently.
Or their friend is doing something. The friend in the company is doing something, and they don't want to say anything.
And so the benefit of using an external source or outsourcing something like your bookkeeping is, I'm going to call it like I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, most people that know me, I call balls and strikes.
Yeah.
And if I think that you're doing something that is not healthy for the business in the long run, I'm going to feel free to say so.
Sure.
Because I believe that that's why you hired us.
Right.
And
then you always have a reason behind it. It's not
exactly.
like, hey, I don't want you to do this because I think it's stupid or whatever. It's because there's repercussions to what you're doing. And,
I bring a Rolodex.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got a historical set of things that I've seen happen. And I can say to you, look, I've seen this done this way a couple of different times. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to end like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to bet on being the 10%, the 10% who got lucky, right?
Right.
So our advice does tend to be a little conservative. Now, if I see something and I say my piece, and you still want to do it your way, okay. But you're going to have benefited from our knowledge.
Sure.
The knowledge that the firm brings to the table. And that is really where it's at. Because you might get into it and find out, this isn't going the way I wanted to. How can I back out? Okay.
Right.
So we're going to be there to help you back out of it.
Right.
How do you fix it? Because that's at the end of the day, we're fixers, right? That's what you do every day.
Yeah.
What am I fixing this week? What am I fixing today?
Yep.
And you've gotten out of, you don't actually fix the AC units yourself, but you're fixing a whole lot of other things. Right. And so, that's where we are is we operate in that spot where I can see your numbers, but I can bring an intuition based on experience from many places, not just the way I've done it, but the way I've seen it done. Because I've seen, again, 200 different business owners have tried something. There's a really good chance that I've seen somebody try what you're about to try.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you're raising your sons, you're like, hey, don't do that, boys.
Yes,
and
exactly.
And here's the thing. I wrote the book on what you're thinking, and I'm telling you it's not going to go like you thought.
Right.
And I'm going to know that you did it before you did it.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to know, how it's going to go bad.
Right.
And so there's a bit of that. Now, obviously, the tone is quite a bit different. We're talking to, an equal and an entrepreneur. And entrepreneurs are, by definition, rule breakers.
Yeah.
So there's that. You have to accept that, hey, they're still going to reach out and touch the stove.
Yeah.
But
is that stove really hot?
Yeah.
I need to find out for myself.
They're going to do it with the information beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is how we like to think of it.
Yeah. Well, let's take a quick sponsor break, and we will be back in just a couple minutes.
All right.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
Tilley Insurance on Irvington Road will help you with all your insurance needs. If you feel like you have a hard case due to a moving violation, a DUI, a suspended license or a car accident, contact us and come to Tilley Insurance on Irvington Road and get a quote today. Open late hours y hablamos español. Tilley Insurance, an agency you can trust.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Season's greetings from Pixrox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. The end of the year is near, but you do not need to fear. We can help you keep your budget in the clear. Now until the end of December, there are still federal tax credits, TEP rebates, and manufacturer rebates on select HVAC systems and tankless water heaters. Call 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at pictureroxcooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
I've had water and mold damage in my house twice. Both times I freaked out, but I called Steamy Concepts right away. If anyone tries to tell you to use someone else, just say no way and call Steamy today.
About a year ago, we had a flood in our kitchen, and we didn't think to call anyone else but Steamy Concepts. They were very professional, and we really enjoyed working with Steamy Concepts.
Steamy Concepts accepts all homeowners insurance. Call Steamy today or go to steamyconcepts.com.
Life is all about change and growth. You grow from renting to buying, your kids grow from toddling to driving, and then you grow from working to retiring. Is your insurance agent growing through life with you? I'm your local Allstate agent, Brittany Gutman. My team and I can help you navigate all those changes through home, auto, and life insurance. You're in good hands with the Brittany Gutman Allstate Insurance family. Call me at 520-797-7811 or email bgutman@allstate.com.
All right, we are back. We're talking with Philip Williams with the Numbers Advisors. Let's talk a little bit about, I mean, if you don't have your monthly numbers and we're here at the end of the year, how are you going to strategically plan and do your budget for next year?
Right? It's easy. You lick your finger and you stick it out the front door and you see which way to win. I don't know that all businesses are the same, but I find that probably under, I'm going to say 3 million in revenue would be my experience. Under 3 million in revenue, you don't see a lot of discipline around forecasting and budgeting.
Okay.
Right.
You just kind of just do it the way you've always done it.
Yeah. Until the bank asks you for a 2-year forecast with, that's month by month for a loan.
Yeah.
You don't really think about it.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's probably the first time. That's actually one of the services that we provide. We'll build you out. If you're going out for funding, we'll build you out a forecast and a budget month by month for we'll go out 2 years, and then there's a third year that you usually need, but the bank will accept like quarterly numbers rather than monthly. But I think the first time anybody looks at budget or forecast is when they're asked for a loan. Mm-hmm. And then there's some point in there where they grow up and they realize, oh, wait a minute. And I don't mean that like literally or in an insulting way, but the business gets to a point where the business owner can't manage it simply.
Yeah. You're maturing as a business.
Right.
Yeah.
And you start to realize, okay, wait a minute, I really do need to set budgets.
Yeah.
And have a forecast and look at my variances, variance versus plan versus last month versus same month or quarter last year versus last year. Like, when do you start looking at that stuff? And I think there's a spot in there where the business owner, in the beginning, you're just pulling it up by the bootstraps.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. Definitely. We all started that way. Yeah.
Exactly. So that there's 100% nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like, people will ask me, well, what should it be in my business plan? I've been around long enough that I have this perspective that I've seen businesses with business plans fail, and I've seen businesses without business plans succeed.
Sure.
And so is there a right or a wrong? I don't think there is, because it's a creativity question, right? That's what you do. You creatively solve problems every day. So as far as how do you plan or how do you forecast? Well, for many folks, I would say certainly in the 4 or 5 employee range, if they haven't had to take out a loan for something that the bank, you start getting into taking out loans where there's not enough collateral to cover. And so now they're starting to want to get confidence in revenue and those sorts of things. That's when you're going to start that budgeting habit. And that's usually when you'll see somebody say, okay, I need to know what my numbers are.
Yeah.
And for the smaller companies, because we've picked up a couple smaller ones, and they come to us and they're in the start to develop the frame of mind where, you know what, I want to add some employees.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a big step.
That's
a really big step.
Yep. It's a huge one. And how do I know if I can cover it?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And I've seen people that have MBAs and they're really, really comfortable with numbers, and then they get into business and they start asking the question, when do you get comfortable with not having a year's worth of money in the bank? And I was like, well, you kind of never really do, but you also, you learn to live with it, right? But you can get more comfortable with it if you, A, know your current numbers, and B, if you had a plan.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in the room with me many times. You've probably heard me say at least once or twice, if you don't have a plan, you don't have anything to deviate from.
Yeah.
Right?
You're right. That's right.
Right. And if you don't have a plan, then you maybe don't know what's a good job and what's not a good job.
Yeah.
I can remember when we built the geophysics company, deciding that we weren't going to go after certain kinds of work anymore.
Right.
And that's because we sat down and we did the analysis on whether or not something was truly profitable anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's not making you any money, or even worse, if it's costing you money to do that job, why are you doing it?
And then as a business owner, you're sort of emotionally tied to the thing that launched the business.
Sure.
Right? I got started that way. What do you mean we can't do that anymore? Well, we can't do that anymore because this is our cost structure, and that job only pays X, and we can't do it like that.
Right.
That style of work or that kind of project is typically reserved for somebody who's maybe running it out of their own garage and getting their business off the ground.
Sure. Right.
Now, we can do it still. We're going to do fewer of them, but this is the price point we have to do it at.
Yeah.
Because that's what our numbers show. Every time we put a guy in a truck, I mean...
Well, talking about that, you have to know your break-even point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You put a guy in a truck, you know how much a guy in a truck costs you every day.
Right.
That guy in that truck has to generate a certain amount of money. And if I send him out on a job for 3 hours that is well below what we need to bill out of that we'll call it a work unit, we're not going to make it.
Right. Yeah.
And that all goes back to, what are your numbers? Well, we're doing good. Well, how do you know you're doing good? Well, I made payroll. There was money in the bank, right?
Yeah.
And if your judgment or your measuring stick of whether or not you had a good week this week is, we made payroll, then give me a call.
That's good.
Because you need a little bit of mental coaching just so, before we get rolling.
Yeah.
But it's if you don't know what you've got, what is it? If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right.
If you don't have a target, you don't know what to aim for.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, think back to when you started Picture Rocks. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, you're like, I got to get jobs.
Yeah.
Right? Got to get jobs.
Yeah.
At some point in time, you said to yourself, okay, we're bringing on the first guy. Mm-hmm. And that was when you probably had your first real budget conversation with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because you increased your costs. You had to add a second truck and all the tools and everything that put on that truck and payroll taxes and insurance. And
so now I got to make sure this thing can pay for itself. At
Right.
some point in time, you decided it is time to put Picture Rocks on the radio.
Yeah.
Right? And that was probably after a couple more guys. And, you just start doing those things. Well, you always have to know where you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you could run just a little 2-man shop and do quite well. I've seen guys that run with 4 employees and they live very well. It's completely manageable, but they still know what their numbers are.
Yeah.
And then you see guys that are 100, 150, and you can bet that operation has some kind of a budget and somebody's looking at numbers. Sure. So that's where we come from, is your numbers by the 10th.
Yep.
And then if we spot something that we don't think is going well, we're gonna come to you. You'll get some insights every month when we take a look at the numbers.
Very good.
So
awesome, man. Well, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the invitation.
Yeah, we enjoy having breakfast together every week. So
it is good. It is good.
Like you said about networking. I mean, we're just we're fortunate enough because we're in a room every week that we have matured business owners that we're able to bounce things off of each other.
I think as a business owner, whether you use me or you or anybody, go find somebody who's doing it in your business. Find somebody who's doing it not in your business.
Different business, yeah.
Because those different ideas, cross-pollinating those ideas is really super valuable.
Yeah.
You got to have that.
Yep.
Got to cross-pollinate.
Yep. How do people get a hold of you?
We are at thenumbersadvisors.com.
Okay.
And you could reach me at 520-977-2460.
All right. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's good to see you.
All right. That's another episode of Southwest Flavor. Check us out every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. We'll see you next week.